According to the American Red Cross, the top 2 most common reasons that people list when they are asked why they don't donate blood is that they never thought about it or they don't like needles.
Only 5% of the population that can give blood do give blood, so there are 95% of the people out there who may not think they're eligible, but in fact they are. So the need for blood is huge.
In the United States, a blood transfusion is needed every 2 seconds. In order to supply the 39 hospitals here in Maine, 300 pints of blood are needed every day. And you can help the American Red Cross meet that need 1 pint at a time.
It's really not a difficult thing to do, and it's really not a scary thing to do. You know, if people think it's going to hurt, I have a perfect test for them. And all they have to do is give themselves a little pinch test. If you just pinch the inside of your arm, that's about all you feel, and that's about how much it hurts. So if anybody has ever had their ears pierced or any other part of their body or had a tattoo, it is nothing like that. It's just really, it's simple. And it's easy to do, and it doesn't really hurt.
There are a lot of myths that often prevent possible donors from donating blood, even if they've done so in the past.
A lot of people think they might be deferred, and they're actually not. There's a lot of regulations and long-term studies that come to fruition, and things change. We collect blood from diabetics. We didn't used to. There used to be much more stringent cancer deferral criteria. It's much different now than it used to be. There used to be a definite deferral criteria if you had suffered from cancer and had to receive chemotherapy. Well, a study came and they said, oh no, the chemotherapy actually doesn't affect the cell's growth in the future. So you are an eligible blood donor after a shorter deferral period. So that makes a big difference, and certainly to a cancer survivor. If you've been a blood donor for most of your life and had the experience of suffering with cancer, it's another thing that you've been told you couldn't do. And when you are a survivor, it's a great thing to be able to give the gift of life again to someone else.
Especially if you may have received it in the past.
Exactly. It's very, very powerful.
When somebody donates a pint of whole blood, that pint doesn't get directly transfused to one person. What happens is, in our lab, that pint of blood is broken down into its main components: the red cells, the plasma, and the platelets. And each of those different products can go help a different patient depending on what they need in their particular situation.
If you take the plunge and decide to donate blood, you can do so at a community blood drive or by stopping into a donor center. There's one in Portland, Bangor, and Lewiston. Walk-ins are often welcome, or it's easy to set up an appointment online or by calling the donor center. The entire donation process takes about 45 minutes to an hour from start to finish. When someone signs up to donate blood, what can they expect when they walk in through the door?
First things first, we're going to thank the donor for coming in, so good customer service.
Once you make your appointment, then you come into the donor center and you register. When you register, you're asked to read some required reading, which goes through criteria as to why perhaps maybe you might not be able to give blood. So once you've done that reading material, then we take you into a health history, and a health history is really just a mini physical, just to make sure you're healthy, you're ready to go. And once that's done, we put you on the bed. And it really takes, after that time, it takes usually about 8 to 10 minutes.
So that's really the quickest part.
You're done, yeah, you're done, it's over. And then comes the fun part. That's when you get to go to the canteen. So you get these snacks that you probably wouldn't eat normally, and
but it's okay because you donated blood, so then there's no calories in it, I heard.
Oh, are you kidding? Have 2 or 3. Absolutely fantastic. So you're there for about 15 minutes and you're off.
Pretty simple then.
Pretty simple.
There are 3 types of blood donation when donating at a donor center.
You can do regular whole blood, which are all the blood components, which is typically what most people do. You can do plateletpheresis, which is what we have in the back of the donor center, and you can also do double red cell donations, which are packed red cells.
Now, if someone does a double donation, does that mean they're going to be losing double the amount of blood? Or?
Actually, no. They typically leave here feeling better than they do coming in because we hydrate them with a bag of saline. So they typically leave here feeling pretty good.
With blood shortages common because of the high demand and limitations on blood shelf life, the American Red Cross encourages you to consider looking into donating blood.
Just try and get over your nerves the best you can. We take good care of you. It's a very simple thing to do, a lot more simple than most people would think, so give it a go.
It's one of the only ways that you can truly, just with some donation of your time, save somebody's life.
It's a good thing to do.
And it's pretty easy.
And it's really easy.
For more information on the American Red Cross, log on to their website. It's redcrossblood.org, or there's a link on myfoxmaine.com.